on, guys, you're gonna run out of time. Come on, guys, you're gonna run out of time. Could be the problem. All right, here we go. Set the wheel. let that sit there. It's running.
I got to figure out how to use it. I just got it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's in there. You can dig it all out.
Yep.
It's fun to have.
That's fun, ain't it?
That is fun.
You didn't think your car could go that fast, did you?
Not in a few spots.
I like that last one through the hop, skip, and jump through the bus stop.
Yeah, we finally got through the bus stop without traffic there but we'd already got the flag. But at least you got to see what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm right.
And it's really what you decide. You don't need to lift. Where I'm telling you to lift, you don't need to.
Yep.
But what happens is, when I used to do it, I used to not lift and then all of a sudden I'm in that last part.
Yep.
And now the car wants to understeer. It doesn't want to come into that third apex, right?
Yep.
So it's understeering wide. And what happens then, you get a lot of the fourth curb. Well, that curb is much bigger, because that's where everybody runs off. And what they do is they make it progressively more aggressive.
Yep.
So when you get on it a lot, you go, I don't want to do that, because it really unsettles the car. So what I found was, by lifting back there, even though I didn't need to, I had the car. Now I'm straight, and I use a lot of that left-hand curb, but it's my left tire. All the weight's over here, so that tire's not, it goes right over it.
Not a lot of pressure
and
on
then I barely touch the one on the right. If sometimes I don't touch it at all.
I don't know what happened. We weren't running 37-second laps, that's for sure.
I don't think so. I doubt it. But
when I was driving, we were doing like 222s, 223s.
Yeah. Well, there's probably hopefully you felt and saw some stuff you can use.
No, yeah, definitely. There's a lot to work on in the bus stop. Turn 6 is a completely different line for him to try.
He couldn't shake that guy in the red car. He was all over.
Do you remember the day you drove that last year? During one of the coaching sessions?
Yeah, I do. I forgot what day it was, but I remember we did it. Yeah.
We were up here with the Patron BMW.
Right. We had a good time.
We did. Oh yeah, you passed the whole class that time too. They're fun little cars.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Now, have you got a front splitter on yours?
I don't, and I need to put one on there.
It's got a fair bit of push.
I've known it had a lot of push for a long time.
You know what? It's fun. It is what it is. It's no, and man, it's awesome through the uphill. That's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just planted, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's like it's a joy to drive. I'm through there. Otherwise, it's not worth doing it if we're not having fun and learning stuff.
I told him that would be the best $100 he spent at the track, and I know I still remember my session. I do.
I love Clark. He's a great friend, but
He's a great driver, but not so great at coaching.
No.
He did correct one thing on my car that I would have never figured out, and he told me my brake pedal was too far forward, and I put a 3/4 or 1 inch block on there, and what a difference it made.
Yeah. Claude's good. He said, Peter, it's not Claude, it's closed. Like, close the door. So every time I see him, I go, hey, close the door. How the hell are you? Is he still with Tanya, or they finally break up?
Well, all I could say is this. After the driving session, we had a beer party, and probably 10 minutes after that, he had his shirt off and he was chasing all the girls around, so I'd have to say no. But yeah, I would have never figured that out about the brake pedal. And if you remember, that car does not adjust. So he's a big dude, and he could barely fit in there, but he drove the car quite well. Quite well. Not the only reason I could.
Like Claude, he's a good guy. He's a good driver too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's she went faster than I could have ever went in the car.
Yeah.
But the one thing he did do, which was strange, is he kept the car on a higher gear on almost every turn. And he said, when you're revving it out like that, it's unstable and all.
Yeah.
But these cars don't run.
Yeah,
down low.
He's right in some respect. You're better in a top. But the problem is, if you drop below 6,
You're done. You got
you're
nothing.
done. You got to be around 6.5, 7 at least. As you go in. If you're below that, you might as well be in a lower gear, because it's even 6. I did these in 4th, and it wasn't bad. And then I tried them in 3rd, and third was. You're right at the top. It really needs a
a longer third or a shorter fourth.
Right. And
For these, to be geared perfectly for these
Right.
last two
when
corners.
you drove that car, it had a 477 rear end. These have a 410 in them now. I went back to a 410 for now because I put the supercharger back in it. But I'm going to go to a 444 is the perfect gear with the supercharger. So you're right. You're a couple of times you're in that in between spot. You're like, damn.
Yeah, the gearing's not quite perfect.
No.
Well, were you out there?
Yeah.
Were you out together?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was taking pictures of us in this,
Okay, because two things.
Okay.
You passed me at the apex in the heel when you and him were going together,
Oh, okay.
which is a big no-no. And then the worst one is there was a car pitting in, and you went over the blend line. You cut in front of him. The car was coming in. He had his arm out. You went around
I
him.
saw him, but I
and
thought he was way
he was
back.
not way back, and you cut it. And you cut it. You didn't. It wasn't dangerous, but when you have a car pitting in. And
Just
he's
stay
approaching
outside
that
all the
thing.
way.
Your line is that outside yellow line. You just got to be careful of that.
Okay. Sorry about that.
especially when it's not a race.
Right.
No.
It's
Right.
That's
That's the point. So those two things are real serious things that need you to.
See what happened there, and I'll explain the heel as I saw it. We all got bunched up. He went, and you had pointed me, and I was like,
but then it's like you got to use, again,
Right.
it's not
Yeah,
a
he
race.
pointed me by, but I didn't. I almost passed him too late because he pointed me, and then I knew it was him, so I knew he.
It's not the
and
end
I
of the
was
world.
there.
It's just,
I was there just before he turned in, so I took it.
Yeah.
But if he had pointed me by and I hadn't gotten up alongside him, I would have waved it off because then otherwise you're hanging him out to dry.
Right. Well, fortunately, and I was out to dry, but fortunately, I had my mirror out there, and I knew that I had given you I knew that I had given you both the point, and I thought you were going to be faster coming in, but he wasn't so fast through the corners.
right, and I thought extra speed to get by would have been more dangerous than where I did pass. But you're right, it was
So
way late.
basically
I
what you
should have
done is
backed
just backed
off.
off
Yeah.
and let him do next. But just that's no big deal. Just
discretion over over the power, especially in this.
I mean, it was a fun run, so it's okay.
Yeah, we did have a good run out there.
That's a good track.
So you guys are really fast, but I'm faster than you through the bus stop in the outer loop
Oh, I believe it.
because of this guy.
Yeah, he teach you a
I'm
line.
faster through the bus stop in the outer loop and the laces. I mean,
Good.
all because of the things that are just really huge.
I've got food for thought right now.
And
We just went out together, so
the earlier I get in the laces on the inside, the better it is.
Better
and
hooks
it hooks up. It's just so smooth. It's faster.
There's more banking in there.
Yeah. And the same thing in 9. Getting in really early on 9 and just hugging it right around, it just hooks up. It's just amazing.
It's a late apex, but you can't get to the apex if you turn late.
Right.
Well, you can, but you have to virtually stop it.
Square it
So
off,
if you
yeah.
wait till you go over the hill, now you can see it, but I can't get over there because
Right.
you've got no more hill left.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to turn in on the hill, which means you turn in early, but you still get a late apex. And that's where, you're getting away with it mostly because you haven't got that much power and you got a lot of grip. But that's the problem is in a faster car. If you you get in early, but if you go to full throttle, what happens is right when you get to the apex, the road flattens out. And you don't. It's the one corner that has no banking.
There's
There's
no
no help, and so all of a sudden it just understeers
Yeah,
like.
so I'm doing really good with that corner with the Mini, but if I get the FRS with a lot more power, I gotta really be careful.
You just
because
got
I'm
to
gonna get
finesse.
myself
You
in trouble.
just got to be real patient
Yeah.
with the throttle. That's all. But you don't you're right. In the Mini or a Spec Miata or one of these, you don't have to be so patient with it. But I still was feeding it. I still wasn't stomping it because what you're trying to do is hook the tire up.
Yep.
Yeah. But these things are fun. I love momentum cars because you know what when you drive a fast car, it's still a momentum car. And so if you get 3 guys and they're all in a big powerful like a Formula One car, but the guy that drives it with more momentum
Right.
wins. You know what I'm saying? Still the same. They're all momentum. But it is
We were up here in July with SCDA, and there was 10 of these up here. And
Wow,
we had a
that's
blast.
awesome.
We
I bet.
really did have a good time. A lot of guys drive about the same. He and I drive together all the time, and so we do laps, lead
I
follow.
never would have guessed that.
No.
well, he's got a lot more poop on the straight, So I'd come out of a corner and you'd be pretty far back, and then by the time we came out of the S's halfway down that street, you'd be right back up on us. He said, don't point him by. He wants to take pictures.
Right. I had the camera going, so now.
I tried
That
to
was
give you a
fun.
couple, and
That
I
was good.
figured out what you were doing. So
Yep. We
Then
always.
then we carved that poor guy up in the Mini. I mean, you know, we just.
I want to see the video.
I'll send it
No,
to
he's
you.
already said he realizes what you're saying. You know, you just got to remember what
I'm
you're
not.
saying.
I'm not. That's just the no big deal.
Friendly bander.
yep.
Don't let it happen again, or I'll kill you. But
Just be aware, right?
Well, you see, and the point being is, if it wasn't you and it was somebody that was a
Right,
throttle jockey,
right.
and they came right in and they said, "Well,
I mean, it didn't bother me at all. It was just the point that that's
It's
not
the etiquette,
proper
right.
etiquette. You know, but I mean, I have no problem